What's up, y'all? Big Herc 916, and you tuned in to another edition of my vlog. I want to say thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for all your support. You know I'm all about that positivity and that motivation, and I'd like to keep you guys laced up. And I just want to say, a bad relationship could ruin your life, man. A toxic companion can destroy you internally. It could have you doing things that you didn't think you were capable of doing. It could have you reacting in ways that are appalling. People that thought they knew you will think that, wow, I didn't really know this person. All because of a bad relationship, man. Because sooner or later, that bad relationship will expose itself. See, whether it's a man or a female, whether you're a female out there and you're dealing with a guy who's bad news, or if you're a guy dealing with a female that has no heart, the longer you entertain that individual, the more detrimental that relationship can become. And not only can it ruin your life, it can ruin the lives of, future offspring. Because these relationships can spawn kids, and now those kids are caught up in the middle of a shitstorm. There are signs that you should always look for whenever you're dealing with somebody and you think that there's a potential for it to go all bad. Because you can't change a person who doesn't want to be changed. A lot of people think they see potential in someone, and they think that, man, if they just acted like this, we could have the perfect relationship. They just need to listen to me. They just need to do this way or do that way. And you may think because you have finances that this person will bow down to you. You may think that because you provide certain things, this person will submit to you. But that doesn't necessarily mean shit. Because if you're dealing with somebody that doesn't really acknowledge those things as having any significance in the relationship, then they're gonna do what they're gonna do. And unless you're dealing with somebody who's still somewhat of a child, then change is not gonna happen. A child is still fragile, looking for guidance, looking for trust. But an adult, you're talking about somebody late 20s, early 30s. If you're trying to turn them, whether it's like I said, a potential boyfriend or girlfriend, you're in trouble. If they're still in their early 20s, you young people, you might be some potential there, but it's all based on whether or not they have the right mentor. But I'll give you a couple examples. You meet this banging porn girl or stripper. She's the subject of constant attention, but not necessarily the attention which cultivates love. It's more objectification. So she doesn't really know what love is, and she doesn't really trust men because of just how she's been treated, even though it appears that she enjoys the attention of men. She's searching, and what she's looking for, she doesn't even know because she hasn't found it yet. But you think, hey, this one right here is a winner. If I treat her right, she's gonna do all the right things. I could wife her up. Man, it goes without saying, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. If you found her doing her thing, you better be prepared to accept her doing her thing and you doing her thing, you doing your thing with her. Now, I have seen exception to the rules where girls leave the business, they go find them a guy, fall in love, have a family, and live happily ever after. But the numbers are slim, very slim. The guy most likely is somebody who's very docile but financially stable. He doesn't really put up a lot of fight. Lets her kind of have the run of the situation, and he's cool with it. And he just accepts it. Now, for the female who finds that guy who's in the streets, he has multiple females, he's about his business, he's out getting money or doing what he does, and you think that by putting that coochie on him, you're gonna reel him in. You're gonna give it to him like no other woman could give it to him. He gonna stop running the streets. He gonna get a 9 to 5. He gonna come home by 6 o'clock. Spend the evenings at home. A family man. You got another thing coming. This nigga is a street nigga. And he doesn't work off a schedule. And he's not gonna go and comply to somebody else's rules to make you happy when he's been creating his own rules his whole life. So you got the game effed up. This is why you like him to begin with, is because of who he is. As soon as he changes, it becomes this old docile cat that you done castrated. He's no longer of interest because he's not the same guy. And that's a mistake a lot of dudes from the street make when they allow this to happen to them. And then the female runs over him and he thought that he had him a winner. Man, the game is not what it appears to be, but exactly what you see it is. If you see a cat with polka dots, it's a cat with polka dots. It's not a cat with stripes. It's not a cat with triangles. It's a cat with polka dots. I don't give a damn how fine she is. Look, you look around the corner, you go into a grocery store, you go down the street to the mall, there's another one just as fine. Don't let a piece of ass ruin your life. Don't let some long hammer holding a stud ruin your life. Put a baby up in you you have a kid with this cat and he's in and out the pen, he's just garbage, he's on drugs, or he's just just about nothing, he's shit. Same thing, you got this female, now you got to deal with her. She ain't got no job, she ain't got no ambition, she's, now she's trying to live off of you, and she's, everything you do is abusive. And hey man, you gotta be careful when you decide to partner up with somebody. When you busting nuts up in these females, or you allowing these guys to bust nuts up in you, you know what could potentially happen. A child could come from that, and that child now has to deal with all y'all bullshit. So, peep game when you're dealing with someone in a relationship and you see the signs. You go to their house. What do they do? What do they do for a living? Why is this person living with all these roommates? Why does this person have weird quirks? Are they on drugs? Are they a manic depressant? Do they have some psychological issues? Is this individual not mentally stable? Or do they, what's going on with them? These are all things you got to consider. It might be the best sex you've ever had, but that doesn't mean you need to wife it up. Don't mean that you need to move this nigga in your house. You better do some investigate, man. You gotta investigate, because what you see on these pictures could be anything. Man, they got a lot of good photographers out there, and these new cameras, they take some damn good pictures, and what this person posts up isn't necessarily a genuine representation of who they are. The car, oh man, he balling, he doing this, he got the rollie, look like he got the nice crib. Well, all that could be bait to get you to bite. And once you bite, it tastes like straight poo-poo. And the same thing with the female, Oh man, she's doing this and doing that, and oh, she was an actress or blah 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 model. Well, you don't know where her head's at, and what she's been through, and what type of luggage she's bringing with her in the relationship. So you better do your homework, man. And it ain't worth it when you have over 1 million other options in the world. I'm telling you, I've seen dudes catch domestic violence cases. You've seen people have catch physical abuse cases. Kids be brought up in horrible households, just drama, all kind of unnecessary, just stuff that could have been avoided if you would have paid attention to the signs. That this person was just a booty call. That's nothing more, nothing less. You wasn't supposed to wife her. You weren't supposed to make that nigga your boyfriend. Nah, you supposed to keep her pushing. But you got greedy. So, little things are signs of big things to come. And there's a reason why you kind of felt this way when you seen this, and why this person keeps blowing you up after the fact, or why, oh, I'm sorry. Hey, man, if it starts off like that, you better run as far and as fast as you can, because everything after that is all bad. Just a little relationship game, because a lot of you guys out there, you let the sex just put you in a trance, man. Don't let the sex rock you to sleep, because when you wake up out that trance, your pockets might be turned inside out, and your mind your mind is going crazy because now you're stuck. So before you get stuck, man, step your game up and go bust some other cheeks. Go get some other D out there so you can see that there's much more than just what you have in front of you. And it's got to be more than just the physical. If the conflict if you see all the verbal conflict and stuff going, you know it's not a good look. So wisen your game up and don't be stupid. Big Herc 916.
What's up, everybody? Big Herc 916. Go and follow Wig Splitter Workout and stay tuned for some big things going on this month.